Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. Today is going to be our standard tarot reading, so if you guys want to get a message from the cards, come on in, have a seat, and we'll get started in a moment. Just a few quick housekeeping things before we do. Number one, if you guys like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons. That way you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. Number two, I've included a list of the decks I'm using as well as some timestamps and my links to my social media pages. If you want to jump around in the video, if you want to see me outside of YouTube, you totally can. I'm happy for you to get in touch if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I'm so down to help where I can. And also, I am available for commissions. You can check the QR code right here if you guys would like a private reading with me. That's an option. Please don't feel obligated to do so if you're not comfortable with it. If you can't right now, it's totally okay. Thank you for your consideration, though, and I very much appreciate you being here to watch this video. So thank you so much. Finally, before we really get started here, one of the decks I'm going to be using today is kind of graphic in the way it depicts the cards. I'm going to use that one right off the bat when we get to our tarot reading, just so we can get it out of the way. But I do warn you, it is graphic, so please use your discretion when coming to that part. I can warn you again. I'll warn you guys again when that comes up. But if you guys are new here and haven't seen a reading with me before, I usually like to read some oracle cards and then we'll go into our tarot, and hopefully that gives us a complete picture of what's going on in the energy around us right now. Okay. So, with that being said, I hope you guys are doing okay. It's been a little bit of a weird time for me. This weekend was a little bit rough, but hopefully this tarot reading will enlighten some things that we need to know moving forward for the rest of the week. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with our oracle reading, and then we'll move into the main energy of our tarot. Okay, so to get started, okay, we're seeing rest. Okay, we're going to see rest. Okay, we're looking at rest. Yep. Okay. Okay, we're seeing rest. We're seeing the hummingbird spirit, which says, "Be here now." Okay, be here now. There's our hummingbird spirit. Okay, we have trust, which says, "I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly." Okay. Okay. Alrighty. And we have the sea turtle. Okay. So this, the fact that we're getting cards that imply slowing down so we can be present, that's a reminder to myself, as well as I think a reminder to a lot of you. Okay, like I said a bit ago, there was some tough stuff that happened over the weekend, and I'm not going to go into it here because this reading isn't about me. But suffice it to say that giving ourselves the chance to rest and be present with ourselves so we can process what's going on for us. Okay, that's a message that I'm going to start with. Okay, I've certainly been feeling energetically drained, and I don't know if that's coming through for you, as well, but it's definitely there. Resting and refilling. Certainly the creative cup might be important for you. Certainly is for me. But yeah, having a rest, so we can be present with what we need to be present with is certainly coming through right now. Okay. And I feel like the cards are saying like, hey, pay attention to that here. What you need to do now, what I think both of us, my friends, what both of us need to do right now is trust ourselves that we're going to be in the right place at the right time. Okay, because we're being called to kind of hibernate a little bit. And we will come out of the cocoon when we're ready. Okay. All right. But in the meantime of that, we need to know that we're guided to this point, and that we're safe to put our burdens down for a little bit. Okay. We're safe to put our burdens down for a little bit, and we're safe to really dive deep into the things we need to address. Okay. I do think there may be some things that are being ignored or have been ignored before we got here. Okay. How do we truly feel about certain situations and certain individuals within those situations? What do we need to do to understand the situation as a whole, and what can we do to navigate it? Those may be things you need to reflect on. Of course, every person is individual, and if you're resonating with that, I hope that you can rest with that information and give yourself the chance to do the reflection. Okay. There's that. Let's get into our tarot and see what we need to see in order to kind of understand this period of rest and hibernation. Okay. Here's your disclaimer. I did mention that one of the decks I'm using is graphic. This is the Zombie Tarot by I've forgotten the creators. They're in the description, so check them out. But I am going to start with the Zombie Tarot. Okay, so let's see what our tarot has to say about the matter. We're going to look at the main energy as it pertains to the message from the oracle. We'll get hidden and clarifying energy, and then I don't think I mentioned this a bit ago, but we do have a bonus reading. So yeah, let's see what we need to see. Okay, what do we need to see? What do we need to see? Okay, we're going to look at the Four of Hazards. In this case, this is the Four of Hazards, Four of Coins. Okay, there's the Four of Coins. Okay, have the Four of Coins. Okay, right, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Lovers. Okay, we have the Lovers. Okay, well, I think part of this reflection process might have you looking at what kind of lack or scarcity mindset you're holding on to right now. yeah, so the situation is having you potentially look at where you feel you're lacking, or where your mindset is taking you to a place of scarcity. Okay, um, you have some options on your table right now. Okay, especially where this issue is concerned. Okay, and there are choices that you're going to have to make. There are some pros and cons that you're going to have to weigh out. This could, in fact, be a relationship that is causing you to feel this way. Okay, but I always look at the Lover's card as weighing out options, looking at the situation as a whole. Because there is somebody else that will be affected by your choice. Okay. You're being invited to take all of what I just said and look at it from a fresh perspective. Okay. Again, I did call for presence, rest, reflection. Here's your opportunity to look at your situation from a different perspective. Okay. I'm not going to guarantee, I can't guarantee to get the cards, but I am feeling very strongly that the Four of Swords energy is coming through. Again, saying that in a slight biased way, because we do have this rest card coming through. Not going to guarantee it, but there is work to be done. There is work to be done. Okay, and I think part of that work is looking at your situation in terms of where you feel you're lacking, where you feel you're scarce, and weighing the things that you need to do from a fresh perspective. I hope that makes sense. I really do hope that makes sense. Let's see what else we need to see, though. What else do we need to see? Okay, what else do we need to see? Okay. Yeah, okay. So we're going to start with the Three of Cups. Okay. All right, we're looking at the Three of Cups. All right. There's the Three of Cups. We have the Three of Cups. We have Judgment. Okay. We have Judgment. Okay. And we have the Nine of Coins in reverse. Okay. So yeah, and that's definitely interesting. We do have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I think, well, let's confirm it this way. There are other people involved in this situation that will be affected by your decision. Okay. However, I do think it might be prudent to understand that when you give yourself the opportunity to let go of certain things, maybe specifically a lack mindset or scarcity mindset, when you give yourself the opportunity to let go of certain things, you release a lot of darkness, and you release a lot of darkness. Okay, you release yourself from a lot of stress and pain and hunger, maybe physical hunger, but certainly spiritual hunger. It's easier to let that go, and yeah, it's just easier to let it go. Okay, as hard as that might seem. The fact of the matter is also that you've had a lot of work that you put into something here, and you might not be seeing payoff just yet. Okay, which is, it feels disruptive, it feels wrong. Okay, but the thing that you're working towards is getting yourself to where this 9 of coins can be in the upright position, meaning that you want to see your efforts pay off. You want to see this start happening. Right now, you don't. And you're putting in the work, you're putting in the hours, you're hustling, you're grinding, you're doing the most, and you're not seeing it just yet. But you give yourself the chance to look at the situation differently. Rest, certainly. This 9 of coins is going to start paying off. This 9 of coins energy is going to come, and it's going to be relevant, and yeah, it's going to start happening. And you have to give yourself the chance to let go and to release this dark energy around you right now. Okay. Where it may affect others, I think it's going to affect others in the positive, because there are people around you who truly love and care very deeply about your success and your desire to progress in your life. Okay. And the fact that you're choosing to let go is important, and it's special, and it's necessary. Okay. But there could be people outside of your support system that are looking at this and being like, I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't get what they're trying to do. There may be some bridges that get burned by your efforts. Okay. Ultimately, this is your choice. Okay. And ultimately, I think you have what it takes to move past what is holding you in this lack mindset. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we need to see. What else do we need to see? What else do we need to see? Okay, what else do we need to see? Oh, okay. So we're getting Judgment coming out again. Right off the bat, this is a repeat card. So we have Judgment. Okay. You have Judgment. Okay. You have Judgment. We have the Three of Cups again. Okay. Judgment. Three of Cups. Okay. Judgment. Three of Cups. Okay. And we have Death. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, there's a shift in energy. There's a major shift in energy. And I love to see this. Okay, because yes, we're getting 2 repeat cards. We're getting 2 repeat cards. Excuse me. But what's interesting, and how I'm drawing a connection to death here, is that the energy is different now. Okay, the energy's shifted. It's moved. It's moved. Okay, it's moved from something familiar to possibly something very unfamiliar, something very uncomfortable, very very destabilizing. Okay, and what you need to know, is that yes, you are being called to release. Okay, you're being called to rest, recharge, release, let go, turn your 9 of coins, turn the 9 of coins upright. Okay, you want to start seeing payoff in your efforts. Okay, right now, doesn't look like it. Eventually, it will happen, okay? And it will happen through the effort, making the effort to release and let go, okay? But also knowing that your support system isn't far, okay? I talked about potentially burning a bridge by choosing to pause, okay? What I want to say to that is that the people who want for your success and who really want you to go forward and make progress in your life, those people are going to be with you, okay? No matter where it takes you, no matter where you choose to go next, those people are going to stick around, okay? Whether this is chosen family, whether this is blood family, remember that you are supported and you are loved and you are cared for. People do see you. People do appreciate you. People do love you. Okay? You need to allow the energy to shift and come back. It'll come back to itself. It won't be the same. Okay? But it will move. It will move with you. It will move for you. Okay? Again, release and let go and know that you are loved and supported. Okay. So let's see what else we need to see. Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. What else do we need to see? What else do we need to see? What else do we need to see? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Figured we were going to get something else like this, but we have the Hanged Man. Oh, this reading is good, besties. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords, we've got the Knight of Swords, we've got the Hanged Man. Now, I love that we are getting the Hanged Man out of this. Okay, because I think that is the perfect card to pair in tandem with this Ace of Swords. Okay, because remember what I said about looking at your situation from a fresh perspective. Okay, this is exactly the kind of way I would describe the Hanged Man here. It's easy, I think, whatever your situation is like, I think it's easy for you to feel stuck and trapped by it. Okay, it would be easy to look at it that way. Okay, and right now, I think it's safe to say that some of you feel like you're in a holding pattern. Okay, it really, yeah, it feels like some of you are in a holding pattern right now, and you're not feeling like you're progressing or making the kind of movement that you want to make. There's a reason for that. Okay, there is a reason for that. As difficult as it may feel, I want to acknowledge that situation, whatever it is possibly very difficult. It's holding you where it's holding you, because before you can take any sort of action, make any sort of thought process, or form any sort of conclusions, okay, it's asking you to sit back and observe a little bit. Okay, you don't need to be so close to the situation right now. As much as it involves you, as much as it is there in your energetic space, you're being asked to step back and observe the situation. Because I think there have been times where you've had moments like this where you've acted on impulse. You just went with it and you didn't know what to do, but you had to do something, right? So you did the thing and maybe it got you in trouble. This may be a way for you to develop a sense of wisdom and a sense of understanding about the situation, because the more information you collect, the better you'll be able to act and form a conclusion about the situation. Okay. But yeah, right now you are being asked to rest and look from a distance at the situation. So when it comes time for you to really act on it, you'll be able to act. You'll be able to act promptly, generously, openly, safely, and as I've lost the thought on it. Off to the races with that. You'll be able to act on the situation in a way that isn't depleting, and that gives you a sense of knowing that you did the right thing, even that thing was hard. I'm gonna leave that there before I talk it into the floor. I hope that made sense. Let's see what else we need to see. Okay, let's see what else we need to go for, because there's certainly some energy underneath that I'd like to tap into. Okay, so let's see what we need to see for our hidden energy. Okay, what do we need to see for our hidden energy, please? Okay, alrighty. So we're going to look at the Five of Cups. Okay, we're looking at the Five of Cups. Okay, we got the Five of Cups. Alrighty, got the Five of Cups. Got the Queen of Swords coming out again. Okay, there's our Queen of Swords. Okay, got Queen of Swords. You've got the Nine of Cups. Okay, got the Nine of Cups. All right, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, here's why our Nine of Coins came out in reverse. Because if you go back a little bit in our main energy, we got the Nine of Coins coming out in reverse. So here's why. I think here's why that happened. Okay, there is some really, really hard work you're putting into this. Whatever that work is, it is so important to you. And it's important to you that you succeed. Okay. But right now, because we have this Five of Cups, it feels like it's not really coming through like you had planned. You're putting so much effort into this thing, and it's not paying off like you think it will. Okay? That sucks. That really sucks. That feeling of like, why am I even doing what I'm doing? It's not working, blah, blah, blah. This hurts. This sucks. Ugh. Right? Well, yeah, that's happening. Okay? That is happening. But like I said with the other Queen of Swords here, you have the opportunity to sit back and observe. Okay? What I want you to observe about this card with respects to, let me find the other queen here. Here it is. Okay. what I want you to notice about this depiction of the Queen of Swords here is that she is reaching out, but she also has a blade in her hand. She's protecting herself, but she's also curious. Okay? I think it's fair to say that's kind of what the same character is doing, but like I said, with this one, it's your opportunity to observe your situation from a distance. In both cases, in both depictions, this Queen of Swords is collecting information, okay? And that's what you're being called to do, okay? Instead of jumping on this idea of like, oh, nothing, this isn't worth it, I'm working hard for nothing, it might seem like that, okay? It might seem like that because you might be too stay invested in the situation. Clearly this means something to you, but you might be so close to it that maybe you're losing patience for it. Maybe you're not necessarily taking the objective stance on it right now because you're getting too close. Okay? It's not, this isn't a bad thing. This situation isn't bad. Okay? But I feel like you're just a step away from giving up when really you shouldn't give up. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles here. Like I said, clearly this means something to you. This really does mean the world to you. Okay? And I feel that some of you might be a step away from giving up. Please don't. Please, please don't. You're almost there. Okay? You're almost there. Okay? And again, before you give up, okay, before you let this thing go, you are being called to rest. Okay? You are being called to know that you are supported. You're not walking this path alone. Okay? But especially important is that you are safe. Okay? You're working towards your stability. You're working towards your abundance. Okay? You're safe. You're okay. You're safe. You're okay. All right? Slow down. Give yourself a chance. And, gather what you need, but know that acting in haste isn't going to help you. Okay? Okay? So that was our hidden energy. Let's clarify all of that. What do we need to know to clarify our main and our hidden energy? Okay? All right. We have justice. Okay, we have justice. Okay. We have justice. We have Three of Wands. Okay. With justice, we have Three of Wands. We have Three of Wands again. Okay. And Three of Wands again. All right. And we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. Well, the first thought that I'm getting with this clarifying energy is that we're looking to balance what's going on in our heads and what's going on in our hearts. And we have swords coming out almost, we have the Seven of Swords here, plus the Ace, plus the Queens. Clearly, there's a lot on our minds. Okay, we need to balance our head and our hearts. What's going on up here? We're thinking a lot. What's our inner voice saying? Okay, our head our thoughts are yelling at us. What's our intuition telling us? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What information is our inner voice saying to us? We gotta quiet down up here so we can listen to what's in here too. Okay, and that is where I think we're getting the Justice card here. And yes, I would say that the Justice card is about balancing the karmic scales, answering for past behavior, which I think might be a factor for some of you. Okay. Really, this is all about right now. It's about striking the balance, finding the happy medium. Okay. And it's also about not letting yourself down. Okay. Not betraying the things that matter to you. Okay. Getting here with the Seven of Swords, because this is the Seven of Swords is exactly, it's about betrayal. It's about what goes on behind closed doors. Okay. It's about deception. Okay. From at least by my understanding of the Seven of Swords, it's about deception. Okay. And part of why I bring that up is I think, remember what we talked about, that whatever this important situation is, you're not seeing payoff, okay, and you're a step away from giving up, okay. What information do you have to justify you giving up, other than I'm not seeing results? Well, maybe you're deceiving yourself into being impatient and not letting yourself really reflect on your progress. Okay. I leave you to ponder on this, because that's what the whole of our reading is about. But some final parting words from our clarifying energy here is that patience is going to be your best friend right now. Okay. Taking a pause, removing yourself a little bit from the situation is going to help you realize that the gates are open. You're ready to go. You're ready. You have what it takes more than you might realize. Okay? Now, you do need to be patient. You do need to stay present and aware, because your ship will come in. Okay? That Nine of Coins is going to go upright. You're going to achieve your goals. Okay? You've been asked to play the long game where this is concerned. And eventually, your ships are going to come in. Okay? Your ships are going to come in. You will achieve that thing you want to achieve. And with the wands, especially in this, I want you to notice that there are leaves sprouting from these wands. Eventually, these wands are going to be fully bloomed, blossomed trees. Beautiful things are coming. Okay? But the fire needs a chance to build a little bit. Okay? And you need to give yourself a chance to rest and process so you can keep tending that fire. Okay? Okay. Let's take a pause. Let's check in. How are you guys doing? Are you guys okay? Thank you for listening this far. Let's get into our bonus reading. Okay, let's get into our bonus reading and see what we need to see here. I hope the main energy was helpful for you. Again, I do welcome feedback, questions, comments, concerns, anything you would like to, anything you feel safe in sharing with me, I'm open to hearing. So, yeah, let's see our bonus reading. Okay, let's see what we need to see from our bonus reading. Okay, so to start, we're seeing love. Okay, we're seeing love. Okay. We're going to look at the Peacock Spirit, which says, "Let it shine." Okay. We've got Let It Shine. Okay, Let It Shine from the Peacock Spirit. We have Denial, which says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Okay. Okay. Denial. Okay. And we have the Rabbit and Fox. Okay. Well, I like that we're getting this. Okay. I like that we're getting the Rabbit and Fox. I like that we're getting the Love card here. Because if I remember, the book for this guy, or the guidebook for this deck, suggests that there's the sense of generosity and kindness coming through. Get that with the Love card. There is definitely some fond, affectionate emotion coming in for some of you, or just viewing the bonus reading here. I think there may be a message here for you, if you're resonating with this, that you do also need to be careful, be aware of the people you're being kind and generous with. Okay. Kind of confirmed here with this Denial card, because I don't think you're outright denying the situation that you find yourself in with this other person. Okay. But awareness and understanding what's going on in the situation is obviously, it's going to be helpful, because it's going to allow you to create boundaries with this other person. It's going to allow you to create boundaries within yourself. Okay. It's going to help you form an understanding of an objective understanding of what's going on, specifically in this situation. But here's also the advice, okay? Because we have this love, this generosity, this kindness, this affection. Within reason, don't hold back, okay? You have the gift of having a big heart and a loving heart, and someone who maybe just wants to give freely of themselves. Okay. And again, I say that you also need to understand like your boundaries and what you are willing to do and not to do. Okay. But like the card says, let it shine, let it be present in your energy. Okay. Because people are going to respond to it. This is where your sense of awareness is going to come in, because it may attract the energy vampire, the toxic energy coming in like that. Okay. Don't deny that it may happen, but know what your awareness is going to bring you. Okay. So there's that. There's our bonus oracle. What's our tarot got to say about it? Oh, okay. So we've got the Ten of Cups. Okay. We've got the Ten of Cups. Okay. There's our Ten of Cups. Okay. All right. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. I'll go with it. Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay. We have the Page of Swords. Okay. I love it when this happens. We have the Ten of Cups again. So the really beautiful thing with this situation is that there's a lot of transcendent peace, love, happiness, just all around emotional overflow. And I love to see this. I love to see this. I think this is going to be a good experience. For the most part, I do think there will be some challenges in terms of what you and your significant person may go through. I do think this involves a significant person, okay, because I'm getting here with the 2 cups energies here, both the 10 of cups. This doesn't have to be external. I don't think this is necessarily external, okay, because you could be focusing on giving yourself the love and the happiness. Yeah, giving yourself the love you deserve, the happiness you deserve to feel. I guess where I'm trying to go is that you're giving yourself permission to be present with yourself. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Now we have this Knight of Cups in reverse, but we also have this Page of Swords. So I do think this 10 of Cups energy might be hard won. Okay, you might have come from a place where you maybe weren't as giving as you could have been. Okay, you got burned in the past. You definitely were reserving a lot of the care and the love that you deserve to feel and to give yourself. You were reserving that for yourself because other people were asking too much of you, and you had to be like, no, I can't do this for you right now. I'm not ready to do this for you right now. Okay. Your Page of Swords is coming out here because I think you definitely had to pause and reflect on the kinds of things that you were open to doing and were willing to do for other people. Okay. So I'm going to call the whole reading here. If you made it this far in, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I hope that you will be helped by and resonate with this reading. Again, if you like what you see in the video, you know which buttons to click. You know where to go if you want to see more from me outside of YouTube. Private readings are here if you want to see what that's about. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you next week with a new video, guys. But until then, stay safe. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.